How we doing? Team full-fledged. Praise the Father. Yeah, I came from the bottom, no change in the wallet, just beans in the rhyming. Then I started rhyming, but it was demonic. That's when the devil would double the dollars. He need us abolished to see us demolished. I don't want his chips, they hotter than Takis. Lead you to hell and under God's wrath. Might want to cover your head like a bonnet. I promise you might want to honor the blood of the lamb. No butcher, I don't want their blood on my hands. I warn them and tell them that judgment at hand. No rumors is wars, that's in Pakistan. Life is a cruise, your feet in the sand. America coming, you better be praying. Bodies on bodies is steep. Too many white sheets, just call the police. Won't pick up the phone, all you hear is the nobody around, just bodies and beasts. I can hear the non-believer sucking their teeth. That bottomless pit, am I getting too deep? Oh, that's too hot, let it simmer some. Want me rapping about 100 guns. 2 sticks, get a drum or some. Now they turning gangsters into 100 buns. God can make you holier than 100 nuns. If you want change, well just ask him about it. After he change, you brag about it. Redeem you, it tag somebody. Word. We gotta pass the gospel, We tryna have apostles, Getting baptized, you got to. Underwater, no crab or lobster.
Repent and be ye baptized for the remission of sins. In the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Came out that water clean, you can see the suds. Holy Spirit got me fresher than dove. 50 rag, no more dirt in the tub. All white garment, but it came from above. If demons attack, we beating them up. Slinging that Louisville with the slug. Sliding the home, they tasting the dust. Lion to Judah, I play for the Cubs. Yelling we fly, but they in the jets. Taking our queens and use them for chess. Telling we kings, they turning they neck. Turn on the Aretha and still get no respect. Yeah, 400 years over is our turn. On that narrow path, no more wide turns. Still giving whoopings to the child learn. Yeah, I'm old school like sideburns. Yeah, I come from the trenches. Bullets hit the door, no white picket fences. But God about to get us out of these conditions. Just follow his son and we gotta listen. It's promise, I promise, I don't wanna miss it. Raining is blessings, the weather get misty. Don't need no umbrella, I'm hoping he drench me. Yeah, Esau the end and Jacob the beginning. End it.
You know I'm blessed. You know that we blessed, 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 blessed. Shout out to Judah. Look, I wake up and I pray and cry my smile. Thank the Most High, I'm alive, I'm got child. Know I'm blessed. Got a car, I got clothes, got a house. Food in my stomach, can't complain, he gets the glory. You know I'm blessed, yeah, not like the rest, yeah. I keep commandments, not a savage, don't eat pork, yeah. Hit the wall, I'm Satan, they hate me, they wanna debate me. But I'm blessed, so I don't pay them no mind, they stress, they hate me. Israelite to the death, it's in my blood, you know that I'm blessed. They say that the Jews were failing the test, it's not about hate, but all about facts. They telling us lies, they say Christ is white, they say it don't matter, they feeding us lies. They poison our air, look up in the sky, there's one for my people, so open your eyes, yeah. They know that we blessed, and so they keeping us stressed, and they don't wanna see us rise up, but we coming back, don't need a vaccine, we building our systems with natural herbs, vitamin C and D, so please keep that poison away from me. I wake up and I pray and cry my smile, thank the Most High, I'm alive, I'm got child, know I'm blessed, got a car, I got clothes, got a house, food in my stomach, can't complain, he gets the glory, you know I'm blessed, yeah, not like the rest, yeah. I keep commandments, not a savage, don't eat pork, yeah. You know I'm blessed, yeah, not like the rest, yeah. I keep commandments, not a savage, don't eat pork, yeah, yeah.
It's a blessing just to know I get to make my family smile. I repented, I can't look back, gotta make a higher proud. I'm too blessed, I cannot focus on the negativity. I can't complain, I'm too content with everything he giving me. I'm so blessed, yeah. Got a car, got a crib, I got my family. I got my brothers, got my sisters, keep them close to me. I'm not worried about this system, can't put no fear in me. I'm not bragging, I'm not boasting, yeah, I'm just being me. Let's have a party for the righteous and the ones that's getting started. I'm just trying to be a light in all this darkness. I woke up so I'm blessed, my day getting started.
Yeah. I wake up and I pray and crack my smile. Thank the Most High, I'm alive, I'm God's child. Know I'm blessed. Got a car, I got clothes, got a house. Food in my stomach, can't complain against the glory. Know I'm blessed, yeah. Not like the rest, yeah. I keep commandments, not a savage, don't eat pork, yeah. You know I'm blessed, yeah. Not like the rest, yeah. I keep commandments, not a savage, don't eat pork, yeah.
I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed, I'm so blessed. Never stress, never stress, never stress. Nothing less, nothing less, nothing less than a blessing, than a blessing.
Nothing less than a blessing. You can never catch me stressing. No demon form against me shall prosper. Why? Cause I'm using my weapon.
Keeping my Bible cause that's my sword. All of my brothers on one accord. A spiritual battle is a war. You get a blessing when you endure.
I wake up and I pray and crack my smile. Thank the Most High, I'm alive, I'm God's child. Know I'm blessed. Got a car, I got clothes, got a house. Food in my stomach, can't complain against the glory. Know I'm blessed, yeah. Not like the rest, yeah. I keep commandments, not a savage, don't eat pork, yeah. You know I'm blessed, yeah. Not like the rest, yeah. I keep commandments, not a savage, don't eat pork, yeah.
All right. Man, I was jamming so hard I forgot to turn the camera on. I can't hear you, yo, but there you go. Yeah.
And he forgot to unmute
I
his
forgot
mic.
to unmute the mic. I was over here jamming so
Man,
hard.
I was jamming so hard. I said the song went out, like, oh, I got a whole show to do over here. What's happening, brother?
Man, let me take a sip of what's heard in this here cup.
There you go. I tell you what. So before the show started, my wife was like, "You want your coffee now, late?" I said, "I'll make you some in a minute." And so get ready to start. I finished what was in my cup. I said I go ahead and get my coffee now.
Right,
I had my below the ankle. I had my below the ankle in the cup then. So
Not just below the ankle.
below the ankle, man. Hey, the Most High is good. I want to thank everybody for being here with the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. We have a treat tonight. If you never heard of, I don't know what rock you have been under, but this is the night we have Sister Delta. I call her Lady Delta.
Yeah.
The Light Hebrew magazine is in the house. She is going to bless us with what we need to know, what's going on in the nation. Without her, you know, I don't know how we'll know anything. So let's give a round of applause for Sister Delta. And I'm about to bring her in right now. Did you hit that clap button? We just can't hear it.
He always try to find some buttons.
Right. Hit the clap button. Hit the bomb.
Hit the clap button. I just can't. Okay, D. I want to try something different tonight, too. I want to see if it'll work on your side. If you hear something over there, but we can hear it over here because we can't hear it. But yeah, Sister Delta, how you doing, sister?
I am well. I cannot complain. Shalom, shalom, shalom to y'all, brothers. Shalom to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, sis.
Thank you for being here. I'm Real Talk, Sister Delta, the Truth Be Told Flex podcast wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for you. So we thank you. Yeah, we thank you. That's for real. You gave us, I don't know, you reached out and found me, and then we built the relationship, and then you didn't even ask no questions. You just did what you do, and I just sat back in the background, and I was like, this lady here is the truth. And you solid.
What y'all doing is needed. What y'all doing is needed. Somebody needs to bring the real news to the people. They gonna be looking for y'all when it hit the fan. They gonna be looking for y'all.
Hey, hey, and not only did you help the show, you also helped me find Ayob as well, which was even So I mean, so the Truth Be Told Flex podcast, if it was a corporation, you have 50% of the corporation.
Now we gonna remember this because we
right.
Exactly.
Look, she rocking the shirt and everything, y'all.
Everything, exactly.
That's right.
She came and represented. Yeah. So we don't want to take too much time in that. Ayob, how you doing? Banat Shala, how you doing?
Yeah, shalom, sis. Just be back there.
Yeah, that sister there. That's the first sister that got hired for the same position twice.
Oh, my sis.
Got hired for the same position twice.
Draw unemployment.
That's right.
Right.
We can't pay that.
I still ain't got a check. I'm just saying, I still ain't got a check.
We can't pay. We can't pay that.
I can pay you.
Okay, so technically I didn't get hired. Yeah. I got voluntold.
Right.
Yeah.
We can pay you pistachios and cashews. I got plenty of them.
Exactly.
And it just so happens those are my favorite.
Wow, okay.
There you go.
She needs that about.
We doing good then. But Sister Delta, what you got for us?
It's a lot going on in the nation right now. I think November is like album drop month or something because there's so many projects that are coming out. Shout out to Jamil. Shout out to Minister Michael Norman. Shout out to Zamar Yasharal. Like, it's some hits dropping back to back. The nation is coming on with it. A little competition is, I guess, what they needed to put some fire in their butt to get on and get some real music out here.
They're trying to get on the stage for the Drip and Sip.
Okay. For the Drip and Sip remix. Yes.
Right.
It's finally coming around. It seemed like it took me forever. It seemed like it took forever to do it again, but it just happened. So, but yeah, I know.
It's crazy
So
how it seemed like it just happened. Seemed like it's been
right.
So
at the same time.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
So yes, it is rolling around. The date is set. It is for Sunday, February 18th. The festivities will go down between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. There will be an official meet and greet the night before, but that's exclusive. So you guys will have to be a part of the event to come to the meet and greet. But the actual Drip and Sip event is going to be happening in Dallas, Texas on Sunday, February 18th. If you are interested in performing at the Drip and Sip, you can submit 2 songs to the Light Hebrew Magazine at gmail.com. The team will look at overview your music. If it is approved, then someone will be in contact with you. They'll even let you know if it's not approved, but somebody will be in contact with you to let you know that you got approved and, give you all the details about it. But we still have 5 slots available. We still have 5 performance slots available. We only have 1 vendor slot available. So you guys have to, if you're interested in selling your products, we're looking for unique, righteous businesses. If you got some cool products, we looking for something unique and cool that an Israelite has. So if you're interested in being a vendor, you can get to Dallas, Texas in February. I encourage you to contact us. You can get in contact with us on our website at tlhmagazine.net, or you can always email us at thelighthebrewmagazine@gmail.com. And so, yes, I'm very, very excited. The Truth Be Told podcast going to be in the building.
We will be there.
They will be. Y'all
will be there.
Be interviewing that weekend. So it's going up. A lot of people, we know y'all are going to be in the building. NNP Ministries and Naraya is going to be in the building. Israel Blue Pages will be in the building. We got some special guests coming. And the Drip and Sip is basically it's a networking party that we do every year here at the Light Magazine, because what ends up happening is everybody that supports us here at the Light Magazine ends up all becoming family because they end up all supporting each other. So
Facts.
what is the time where all of us can get together in person and just enjoy each other. Just have a good time. There's live performances, there's unique vendors, there's food, there's sipping, there's dripping. The dress code is drip. Whatever your drip is. If your drip is tennis shoes and a formal dress, come in that. If your drip is J's, cool. If you got some snake skins, you want to pull them out, cool, put it on. We want you to put it on. And I'm
gonna have my cowboy hat on.
Okay, represent for the team. That's right. Represent for the team.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. And people be thinking it's a joke when we really still be on horses and cowboy boots and in the team.
Yeah, they really do.
Man,
it's horses right down the street. They walk. They take the store. They just
right.
We in the country. We really in the country.
Yeah. Nah, Houston is country. Houston is a big old country.
Oh God, yes.
Now, I mean, you got city on this block, and then you cross the light. You got a whole country. You got horses and cows. They right next to you, big old buildings. That's Houston. Yeah, and a mall.
Stop.
And a mall.
Okay.
Don't do anything like that.
Yeah, don't do my city. Don't do my city.
Yeah.
Which way your head?
But you from
not far off.
You originally from Dallas.
Who that, me?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, I'm from there. I'm 214.
214.
Yeah, I'm 214. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where it's going up. It's going up.
Parkland Memorial.
Oh, you really from Dallas?
Yeah, Parkland Memorial. Yeah, I'm from Dallas.
That is hilarious.
I don't know if I like that. We're gonna have to talk after the show, Sister Delta.
Ain't nothing wrong with the D. You know what I'm saying? I was in DFW Medical. I wasn't
right. Okay.
You gotta be from Dallas. You gotta be
right.
But yeah, so if you guys are interested in performing at the Drip and Sip or being a part of it, contact us. Tickets will not go on sale until January 1st, so you can just be getting ready to purchase your tickets. We're giving all of the what we call our elite and VIP people and their people a chance to purchase tickets first. So tickets are available if you know somebody that's already going to be a part of the Drip and Sip and you know that you want to be there. Tickets are available for you. You can get in contact with us or go on our website and you find the link that you can get to. But we are giving everybody a chance. That's family first before we let extended family have access to the event, because it's really like an intimate.
It really is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
So, I'm definitely excited. Now, speaking of Dallas and Houston, there is a company, Yalo Inc. They are now hiring Israelites in Dallas and Houston to be drivers. All you need is your own driver's license, and you qualify for the job. You have to. There's the information, so you can call them or email them to get information about that. They are accepting certain charges. If you have theft charges, don't even try to apply. I'm sorry, brothers and sisters. I know we all make mistakes, but theft is something that this company just is not going to be worried about. But any other charges, you can contact them and see, what's available for you. They're now hiring, so make sure you screenshot the information, or you can contact me and I can give it to you. Email them, call them. And if you need a job, if you need a side gig, you know what I'm saying? Israelites hiring Israelites. That's what we say. We about
praises.
Bruised pockets. So y'all make sure that you contact them about being a driver. All you need is a regular valid driver's license.
Valid driver's license.
Right. Right. Your own vehicle. If you have your own vehicle, I believe you make more money. And then they also have, opportunities where they provide vehicles for you. So make sure that you guys holler at them. Definitely.
Praises. Wow. Yalo Inc. Come on, y'all.
Yalo Inc.
Yes. To all my homeschooling parents, if you guys are in the Georgia area at the Goat Factory, Thanksgiving Day. I think this year we don't keep up, so I don't know. I think it's like next week. I think they're doing next week, next Thursday. So next Wednesday and Thursday, Zakaria will be having a homeschooling event at the Goat Factory in LaGrange, Georgia. It's going to be pretty cool for all the parents that homeschool. Sometimes our kids can be secluded and just at home without each other. So this is an event where they get to mingle with other children that are like them, that eat like them, that dress like them, that understand their language. The parents get to learn a lot of things, a lot of new techniques and different strategies to use in homeschooling. There's going to be an adult concert there. Zamar is going to be performing. I know that for sure. Zakaria is going to be performing. I know that there's going to be a children's talent showcase as well, and they're going to let the little brews sell their art also. So it's going to be an event for homeschoolers and Hebrew. So if you guys are in the Atlanta or LaGrange area, contact Zakaria on Facebook or Instagram about being a part of the event, because it's definitely going up this Thursday in LaGrange at the Goat Factory. So that's what's awesome. Israel is doing some major thing. It's like killing it. Yeah, the music that's coming out. What y'all think about Jamil Red Wine blew my mind.
Listen, boy.
Say that red wine was on repeat.
That red wine is red wine. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like y'all was like all back to back. It was Mono, then Ayob, then Seven.
Right.
It's like back to back. Y'all keep going. It's a beautiful thing to watch.
And this is, I kind of got on to Israel too on Facebook too, man, because I do not believe that we are showing enough support to our artists, and we really need to do something about that, man, because. I talk to Ayob a lot. It take a lot of money, time, and energy, and a lot of these artists have family as well. So it's taking time out from their family to get this product out. That's only right. for us as Israel, and we say that we're a nation. But when I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But what it seemed like to me is that the majority of Israel, you're only listening to who it is that you like. Who it is that's in your circle. We don't have time to be having cliques. You know what I'm saying? You have cliques when you're in high school. We grown people now, man, and we call ourselves a nation. These people is taking out their time to give this nation music. And this is great music. And then it's not even being received because you don't like them or because that's not somebody that you know. And that's just me. I'm on my soapbox. I ain't got no more for the night. That's all I got to say.
I mean, you're on his soapbox. It is. I think it's a competition thing and a jealousy thing. I'm gonna just be honest. There's no reason why Travis Snipes should not be blew up as an Israelite artist.
Facts. Yeah.
There's no reason why Unraveling, The Servant, and Ayob, Ben Yahoo, and Monologue. There's certain artists that the world should know just for being Hebrew music makers. Right. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I feel like it's a lot of hidden underlying jealousy and competition going on in people's hearts. And it goes back to us not having the fruits of the spirit. And it goes back to why we ain't nothing and why we don't have nothing.
Well, hold on, Monologue. I ain't listening to bad music either, brother. Some of the ones that I'm talking about ain't no bad music. This is not no love being shown. I ain't listening to bad music either. Let me put that out there. I feel you, Monologue. But as a whole, Israel is not being represented the way that Israel should be being represented. That's what I'm saying.
Right. It's going to take everybody collectively. I don't like a lot of people, but if they're talented, I don't hate on the talent.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like if there's somebody that's a rapper, but they can't rap, but they be fly, they know how to put that stuff on. I'm gonna give them their props. Well, he be fly.
Right.
That's right. I mean, it's a lot of rappers in the world like that we used to listen to that dress good and had a different cadence, but really couldn't rap or really couldn't sing.
But what did they do in the world? Even when they don't like each other, they collaborate and they support each other. If this person is from Atlanta and they're going to be at the BET Awards and they have a particular song with this person that's trying to come up, they're going to do that song. Let that brother go on there and feature. And it's of course it's money involved, but it's still going to happen. Israel is just like, I don't like that. I've seen concerts happen where there's major artists being at the concert, but nobody knew that they were coming.
Yeah.
What is that? That don't make no sense.
Yeah. But so I don't know, man. I just wanted to bring that out. That's a conversation for another day. We can certainly get into it, but it's just that I just know the time and the effort that a lot of these people put into it, and not just the time and the effort, but the resources as well. So that's that. Yeah, but so what else we got going on though, sister?
Yes,
I'm sorry to sidetrack us.
No,
you're good. We got Drip and Sip going. We got the new issue of the magazine featuring Minister Michael Norman. He is a special vessel, in my opinion. The school that the brother has, that he's expanded in North Carolina. I don't know if they're in South Carolina also, but I know they have at least 3 locations in North Carolina. And he is giving training and doing a trade school for brothers and sisters with backgrounds that's just fresh coming out of the pen and doing. He's really making opportunities for people, not just talking about it, but actually doing it. So shout out to him and his school. If you're having a problem, finding a job, you have a record, you need a new change, maybe going to North Carolina, being a part of his school would be a good move for you. You never know. So, look up the brother on all social media platforms, contact him and see what's going on. We got to start being active. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Active. So that's what we got going on. So if anybody's interested in being a part of the Drip and Sip remix number 5, all praises to the Most High, contact us. If you're interested in being a part of that magazine issue that's going to come out, contact us. It's a different type of advertising because more eyes are always on the events issue. So if you want your company to be a part of that issue, make sure that you contact us. The deadline for everything is going to be December 31st. That's what we're doing. So that's what we got going on.
And I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. She said 2 songs.
2.
Twice. Don't send no 3. Don't send no 4. 2 songs.
And I would advise you to send the ones that others like, not the ones
because we live by the monologue, my God creed over here. We ain't listen to no bad music. Okay, all right. So send 2 dope songs.
Don't send the ones that your uncle or your auntie like. Send
don't send the songs that only you and your household like. Okay.
He will definitely be going through some of the music, just so people know. We're gonna definitely go through some of the music.
Right. Okay. All right. I'm done again.
Right, Lord Romano, not the
one you like.
Exactly.
Opening on the piece, I just felt like I wanted to be in that because the Ruach was telling me that y'all were.
No. I want that. Because the Drip and Sip annual number 6 will have Sandman on stage. You come up there, okay?
Y'all play too much. We got a couple of months now. We might be able to put something.
Might do it on this.
Okay. Y'all already mad at us. We just people mad,
Hey. Look here, man. All right. Well, if there's nothing more, Sister Delta, we're about to welcome you into our world. To the truth be told, our first segment is the 3x15, and I am going to warn the people that tonight's show will be going a little bit longer. So bear with us, stay with us. Guarantee you will have a treat. So at this time, I'm gonna turn it over to Banasha Lahaya. She's going to start us off with our 3x15.
All right, fam. So the first topic I have for you guys is, I'm not sure if you guys have heard of a gentleman by the name of Dexter Wade. Dexter Wade is from Mississippi. I'm not 100% sure what part of Mississippi he's from, but he died in March of this year after being hit by a police SUV driven by an off-duty police officer. It took nearly 6 months before his mother was notified. She put out a missing persons report. They didn't let her know anything. They just basically decided they were going to bury this young man, buried him, and didn't tell her. By the time she found out where he was, obviously he was in an unmarked grave. I want to say they marked him grave like number 47 or some weird number, but no name, no nothing. It took more than 5 weeks for somebody to reach out to her and let her know that her son had been killed. Not just that, though, it was by a police officer. An off-duty police officer killed him. And then to add insult to injury, what happened to this young man is, once mom found out, they decided they, wanted to have his body exhumed because she wanted to provide him a proper burial. They go to the site. She received a letter basically telling her, hey, we apologize. We're going to let you exhume your son's body. This is the time it's going to be done. They show up so that she can see her son be exhumed. And it was supposed to take place at 11:30 this past Tuesday. And they did it early. So by the time she got there,
8 o'clock.
He was already out of the ground. And on a stretcher. And when she asked for a reason as to what happened, nobody knows anything. All they can tell her is bad communication. So she got it twice. Her son was killed. Nobody notified her. And then his body was exhumed without her being present. And that was not supposed to happen. So with that being said, I'm going to kick it off to you guys and let me know your thoughts.
Excuse me. Go ahead, sis, if you want to, since you're a guest.
Well, first of all, I know that they covered it up because he was an off-duty officer, and they all got together and made a decision. And we don't know if that's her son or not. I mean, I guess they'll find out, but they just be lying. That whole thing is just they doing what they want to do in Mississippi.
Yeah,
basically.
Right.
Yeah, mine is short and sweet too. I agree with Yame, and it just shocker boom. That is just despicable, disrespectful, and like Mono said, lawsuit.
Right.
So there is no way. Yes, Miss Mono, just evil. How do you put somebody else's child, whether they 99, whether they 5, it doesn't matter. You covered it up like sis said. How was it bad communication when his body's exhumed for his mother to have closure? But
put in a missing person report.
Right. She did a missing person report, but she didn't find out till 5 months later that he was even dead. So evidently there was a huddle somewhere behind the scenes. Y'all got together. So how was that bad communication? You knew how to communicate then. So that's just, man, a shallow grave. A shallow, unmarked grave.
Yeah, it was marked with a number.
A number, bruh. Like you can't get any more disrespectful than that. That's just really. But we know in the Deep South with Mississippi, the Devil's Punch Bowl. They covered that up. A lot of these, Lake Lanier, Rosewood. The Philadelphia we spoke about last week when they dropped the bomb that you can only get stuff made from or stuff the FBI had capabilities to do. Tulsa, Oklahoma. So it just, this goes to show George Floyd. I mean, just on and on and on. It's not gonna stop until we cry out to the Most High. That's,
facts.
We got to cry. We got to hear the cry of Yehuda. And if we don't, this stuff is going to continue to just this is just despicable, evil. There's nothing else you can. Yeah, and I digress.
Yeah, and really quick, what I threw on the screen is the letter that she received from the county. Basically, it was kind of a half apology, but giving her permission for the body to be exhumed. And I said Tuesday, it was actually on Monday at 11:30 that the body was supposed to be exhumed. So there's even a time on here signed by the county attorney saying, hey, we apologize, but this is a time. Please be there. You can, be present for your son's body to be exhumed. And clearly there's a seal at the top of that, which means an official presented this, an official sent this to the family. And for them to not follow those instructions is it's pretty despicable.
Yeah, they don't care.
Yeah.
That was their chance to try to at least make it okay a little bit.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That the lady needed that closure, and she needed it the way that she wanted to have it, and they even took that away from her.
They volunteered a lot.
They robbed her twice. They robbed her of her son, and they also robbed her of her way of wanting to give her respects to it. Delta, you hit something when you was talking earlier about the missing report. Who do you file a missing report with? When you call and you file a missing report, who you call? You file it with the police department. And so
off duty, but he's still a police.
Right.
So in this 5-month time span, what my question is, you done filed a missing report with the police department that murdered your son in this 5-month time span. What are they telling this lady? You know what I'm saying? That's the question that I was asking. They knew who they were supposed to be looking for because the coroner, this was a part that Banat didn't mention, I don't think. The coroner actually identified the man from a prescription that he had in his pocket at the time of his death.
Correct.
So they knew who this man was. The coroner found a prescription with his name on it. And so they knew who this lady was looking for. Another thing, with the accident of the cop hitting the man and killing him, could not have been ran on the local news in Mississippi. So it's just like Delta was saying, and like Ayob was saying, this was a protection of the off-duty cop. That was their top priority, not notifying the family of the death of this man. And one more thing, and I believe that this is the most bothersome thing of all to me. Out of all of these articles that I read about this off-duty cop that killed Dexter Wade, this off-duty cop name is not mentioned in one article. I looked
too.
I searched.
Nowhere.
I could not find his name in not one article. So they're still protecting
He's important.
this cop that murdered this dude, man.
Well,
So everybody that is involved with this, in my mind, is an accomplice. Because see, if I'm just with you and you go and do something crazy, and I don't even know that you went and did it, but I'm with you and you go rob a store, liquor store, church's place or something like that, just because I'm with you, I'm going to jail too.
Right.
Because they're going to call me an accomplice. Right. So everybody who has anything to do with the death and the hiding of the fact of the death of Dexter Wade needs to be facing federal time.
Yep.
Well, let me slap y'all with another one then. This same lady, her name is Betterson. Her last name is Betterson. Her brother, George Robinson, died in 2019 after a violent arrest by 3 Jackson Police Department officers. A later indictment said the officers pulled him from his car, slamming his head onto the pavement and striking him multiple times in the ribs and chest. All 3 received a grand jury indictment for second-degree manslaughter in 2020, but 2 later had their charges dismissed in a directed verdict. The 3rd officer, Anthony Fox, was found guilty of culpable negligence and manslaughter and was sentenced to 5 years in prison in 2022. So Ms. Betterson believes that they knew who her son was, and because of that incident that happened in 2019 is why they withheld that information about her son when the police officer hit and killed him.
Wow.
They don't care about us.
Nah.
Do not care. Just fix it. Where we don't even care how the mama feel, how nobody feel. Just cut.
Right.
We don't care.
Right.
Banav, if you could put the graphic of them standing before, looked like they had put when the green covering, see her crying. I want y'all to look at this right quick. Look at her, like Miss Mona was saying, she as a mother, Delta, my wife, the grief.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't imagine.
Couldn't imagine.
Grief. And look at her face. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that pain. And you mean to tell me, like you said, accomplices, even though he was off duty, I guarantee you the sergeant that was on duty, which is probably his supervisor, somebody was working that he called.
Yeah, in Mississippi, that's probably his uncle or his cousin or somebody. We're talking about Mississippi.
Right. So I just wanted them to see that real quick before we looked at, man.
So this picture here is actually a picture that was taken of her pulling up to see that they had already exhumed his body. So she was grieving before she ever got out of the vehicle. When she pulled up and they let her know it's too late. They've already exhumed him.
Yeah. Yes. Imagine hearing
that's when you want to, just want to grab somebody. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy. Let's move on to the next one. Let's move on to I don't think it get any better.
No.
Yeah. All right. So the next one is a doozy too. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of the movie The Lovely Bones. It was about a little girl who went missing and was taken by a local pedophile. He hit her in like a open like a open field. He had like a tornado hub, or if you will, where he hit her, raped her, and then killed her. So the author of this book, her name is Alice Sebold. This was loosely based on a story about her in the town that she grew up in. Well, Miss Alice Sebold has some more information about her. She wrote a memoir called Lucky, and Lucky was actually supposed to be turned into a movie as well. It turns out the director who was supposed to start working on this movie started doing his own research and found that the memoir that she wrote was about a rape that she endured herself, where she falsely accused a guy by the name of Anthony Broadwater, who spent 16 years in prison after she accused him of raping her. This was at Syracuse, when she was at the University of Syracuse. He was 21 years old when he went into prison. She's obviously a white lady. She's happened to see him on the street, and after the rape occurred, and just pointed him out and said, I see him. This is the guy. This has got to be him. There's something about him. This is the guy that raped me. Police jump on it. Police jump on it and decide, yep, this is the guy. And they decided to convict him based off of her testimony and some shoddy evidence. So he spent 16 years in prison. But what happened is, when her memoir was getting ready to be turned into into a movie, the director started doing his own research and realized what happened with this case with this young man at the time, and decided there's some holes in this story. There's something not right. And he turned it over to some attorneys, and the attorneys got to looking into it. And that's how Mr. Broadwater, they ended up commuting his sentence.
Yeah, look at that.
Wow,
Look at that.
So unfortunately, he spent 16 years in prison.
16 years.
16 years of his life.
Did she
No, absolutely not. And I think what makes it worse is the apology that she gave. It's not even an apology. This is what she wrote when they asked her about it. She said, as a traumatized 18-year-old rape victim, I chose to put my faith in an American legal system. My goal in 1982 was justice, not to perpetuate injustice, and certainly not forever, and irreparably alter a young man's life by the very crime that had altered mine. She didn't apologize to him.
Right. You just justified
It was still about her. She never apologized to him. She had a feeling that this was the guy when she saw him, and that's what got him convicted.
Wow. that is just once
Insane.
again diabolical, man. What you say? Look, I see your face. Delta.
I can't stand them. They always lying on
I
us.
knew that was coming.
Come on, foolishness, y'all. She probably some old ugly looking. Oh,
You know,
Lord.
I didn't even want to put her face up here. I didn't want to give her that attention. So I didn't even put her face up here, but
I know
She-
she's ugly. I know
she is on the unattractive side of life. I would say that.
somebody raped her. She probably went and laid up with somebody black and
That's
you know what I'm saying?
You know it.
They've been raping our men forever, man. They've been doing all kind of stuff and acting like on that movie Mandingo. I know y'all seen that how she did him.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And look at him.
Well, in this particular case, the evidence does show that she was raped. The evidence does show that she was raped. The problem is they didn't believe her when she first got there because rape was not something that was widely investigated in 1982. So they didn't believe her. It wasn't until somebody else came in and spoke to the police about it. And then when she came back and said, I found the guy who did it, that's when they kind of jumped on and was like, okay, let's go get him. And that's what happened.
Wow. Like I said, look at him. He look like he won't hurt nobody, man.
Yeah,
That man look like he won't hurt nobody.
Yeah, he probably had his head down, just minding his own business, trying to get home.
Just walking by.
Sister Delta said something again. I feel like I'm gonna be real quick with this, man, but that lady should have at least 16 years. So my wife is showing the lineup right there, right? So when I did the research on it, it said Mr. Broadwater's lawyer, the guy's lawyer, he argued that the prosecution misconduct had soiled the police lineup there. And it said that the prosecutor had falsely told Miss Sebo that Mr. Broadwater and the man next to him were friends who had purposely appeared in the lineup together to trick her. So the lie Mr. Broadwater's lawyer said improperly influenced Miss Sebo's testimony, they're trying to say. So they're still, what I got from that is that they're making excuses for her lying.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
That's what they're doing. They're making excuses for her lying. Now, I want to go back to her apology, so-called apology. In all reality, people, what she said was truth, though. That is the American justice system.
Yeah, true.
America's justice system is not getting to the truth. It's just about prosecuting somebody for a crime.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They don't care about the truth, but what they care about is making somebody pay for a wrong that has been done, because that's what the people want. You got to understand who the people are. We not the people. We not the people that they're trying to satisfy and keep quiet. This was a white lady that was raped by a black man, so somebody had to pay. So they didn't care if they had the right person or not at that particular time. All they wanted was to put somebody in jail. And so she said it in the words of a true white woman. I put it in the hands of the justice system.
But my whole thing is, if she was really raped, shouldn't she have been trying to figure out who really raped her then? Because if the person that is in jail ain't the one that really
that's what
raped
you would think.
her.
Well, the crazy part is she identified number 5. She didn't even. Number 4 is Mr. Broadwater. Number 5 is somebody completely different. That's who she identified in the lineup. When they put these guys in front of her, this is who she, number 5 is who she identified.
So
yeah, that was my same look, Ayo, my same look.
No.
Yep,
That's about like that
5.
Good Times episode when JJ went to jail.
JJ went to jail.
Yeah. When JJ went to jail. Let's go on and get this third one so we can keep it moving, man.
Yeah, man. This is blowing my mind.
Shaka Boom, did you put that one up? About the documentary? Yeah, I've never heard of it. I'm gonna check it out, but yeah.
I started at Shaka Boom. I just haven't finished it, but I did start it.
Wow.
Silver Dollar Road.
Yeah, it'll bring tears to your eyes. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. So the very last one that I have for you guys, it's almost like Groundhog Day because I feel like we keep talking about it. But y'all old President Joe Biden,
Lord.
y'all's president. You heard what I said? Y'all's president.
Okay.
He had another gaffe, y'all.
Yeah.
He fell.
Yeah.
Or no, he didn't fall. I apologize. Let me get it right. He didn't fall this time. He was confused yet again on where he was supposed to be.
We should be laughing.
Ooh, why not?
That's what happened when you're 217 years old.
Right.
Say, man, look at here.
You lose all sense of stuff.
Oh, shit. Awareness, taste. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sis. My
No, I was gonna say, let me see if I can share this with y'all. Let me see if I can get it pulled up for you real quick.
I swear you got a diaper on. Third president with a pamper.
He's the first human Asian dog years. Every 6 months, he turned.
If they shut us down again, this show gonna be number one. Watch, y'all. Right. This show gonna blow up. Yep. Y'all is clouded up.
Look at him.
He didn't know where he was supposed to be going. So this is here, let me for y'all who didn't catch it because it was real quick. He walks off. Oh wait, what am I doing? Oh, where am I supposed to go? Where am I? Okay, go over here. Okay, I got it.
I bet that soldier said, "Man, go sit down. Get back over there."
Y'all, it's a hot mess. So the reason I brought this up again is so it was decided sometime in 2023 that they were going to use a shorter, sturdier set of stairs for him so that he could get off of Air Force One. Because if you remember, he fell getting off Air Force One. In June of this year, he tripped over a sandbag during the U.S. Air Force graduation ceremony. In the same month, he pledged to build a railway from the Pacific all the way across the Indian Ocean.
What did he say?
So,
what?
Yeah. I say all of this to say why this is concerning. First of all, he is the oldest sitting and elected president. The oldest. It is very obvious that his mental faculties are not always there. But what's more concerning to me is some of the duties and responsibilities that he has as president, some of the things that he is in charge of and he's responsible for. Obviously, he's a commander in chief, and everybody knows what the commander in chief is. He has the capacity for plenary power to launch, direct, and supervise military operations, order and authorize the deployment of troops, unilaterally launch nuclear weapons, and form military policy with the Department of Defense and Homeland Security. Do you trust that person you just saw not even knowing where he was to do that?
Man, I don't trust that person to get out of bed safe.
He has executive powers related to legislation, powers of appointment. So here's what I thought was probably the most interesting. He has what's called emergency powers. This is presidential emergency action documents that assert that one government document described as extraordinary presidential authority in response to extraordinary situations. Who determines what's an extraordinary situation? He does. These secret powers appear to be exempt from congressional oversight. PEDs undergo periodic revision, and although their current contents were not known as of 2020, previous PEDs included emergency powers to detain alien enemies and other dangerous persons, invoke various forms of martial law, authorize a general warrant permitting search and seizure of persons and property, suspend production of Federal Register, and censor news reports. He has all kinds of power. And the crazier part about this power that he has, he gets to select certain different people, judges and, his transition team. But what's interesting is Congress and what have you, they have a vote in that, right? They get to decide, okay, yeah, we like this election you made. No, we don't like this election you made. But the people who advise him, those are appointed by him. Nobody has a say so in who he appoints to advise him except him. So think about who he has in his personal corner, advising him, leading him, guiding him, directing him.
Ooh.
He's not really the president. He's not dictating anything.
Right.
There are people in his corner that are dictating all the stuff that goes on in our government right now.
Yep.
So, yeah, what are y'all's thoughts?
And he got the
On
I ain't got
on
no
y'all's
thoughts
president.
on. I ain't got no thoughts on that dude.
He trying to run.
It just be comical to me every time I see it. I mean, you could show. We could do a whole highlight reel on him stumbling, and I'm gonna laugh just as hard.
And I started to, but I changed my mind.
I'm just being for real. It's obvious that he is not the president, and Kamala not either.
Right.
I thought. Well, I don't know if I could say that. They might come looking for me, but I didn't think he was gonna make it. I thought that was gonna be the slide in of the black first.
Well, okay, so this is the thing,
I thought you had
Delta.
no thoughts.
Huh?
I thought you had no thoughts on this.
I know, but she just said something. Me and Ayob have been searching for the last 2 weeks about Putin. There's been news came out of Russia that Putin has died and that it's his double that's standing in for him. But we have not been able to find if it's true or not. So we just really ain't talked about it, right? So I said, and I was just talking, but so serious. What if Biden has died and that's his double that's out there and they throwing it off? You know what I'm saying? So and like Ayob said, well, maybe both of them dead. And I said, well, maybe they both died on the same day. So you said something.
But you know how I told he be sitting up there with that crazy smile.
Right.
Like you don't know what he wants.
Just don't know.
Because it's weird.
It's getting weird.
It's weird. It's really weird. And that's another sign of the end of times that we are in. So that's the 3x15. But now, Shalahaya, we thank you so much for that. We got one more. We got the Beyond Critical Race Theory, then the music break. And we're going to keep this thing moving. We're going to keep it moving.
This is going to
Sister
be
Delta, you ready for another ride?
Yeah, this is my favorite one.
Yeah, this right here. Yeah, this right here is. I don't know how to feel about this, y'all. For this to be, we live in Anderson and Greenville. This Charleston, South Carolina. Everybody know the history of Charleston, which is one of the biggest ports cities as far as the Atlantic slave trade. You know what happened years ago when old boy Dylan Roof went down and did what he did. That was up Charleston. So here we got Charleston, South Carolina, the first Black homecoming queen in South Carolina schools history, Miss Amber Wilson DiBriano. Now, I read this article, and shouts to Miss Shakaboom, Miss Makayahu, my wife, sent me this a while back. And I was just so torn because I read it, went back, looked at some other stuff, prayed on it, sat on it, and read it again. And I come to the conclusion, and we're going to read this article by ABC, because they were on ABC Good Morning America when this was announced back in October. I don't know. It really showed me how sleep we really are, y'all. And I want y'all to really think about where we are in the last days, how far we've come in this truth. The family that we got on here now, House of Mono, the House of Ray, like Hebrew News, the House of Sheer, and the whole podcast, and the House of Ayob, and our extended family. Listen to our people that still sleep. Listen to this, y'all. It says, Charleston, South Carolina. A South Carolina teen made history at her school after being elected the first Black homecoming queen in the school's history. Now, we're in 2023, and this just happened.
She the first one.
She the first one. It says, Amber Wilson DiBriano is a 17-year-old senior at Porter Guard School in Charleston, South Carolina, and a proud co-founder of the school's Black Excellence Society. Ms. Wilson DiBriano told ABC News that while being the first Black homecoming queen comes with responsibility, it also comes with a great sense of pride and honor. Being the first African-American homecoming queen means that children get to look at me and see themselves in me. I can see that. Okay. Wilson DiBiano told ABC News. It's so important that they see that the representation and know that anything is attainable for them. Sounds good. I understand. We were 17. We felt like that in high school. I get it. Now, this is where it gets, you got to pay attention because listen at the history. Listen at the year this school was and I tell my family all the time, we're riding around looking at businesses. Look at the year the business
Established.
and established, and look and listen and see what money it was established on. The Porter Guard School, founded in 1867. Where were we? And what money did they start that school with? At the Holy Communion Church Institute, in an Episcopal private school that became coeducational in 1972. The 1976-1977 school year was the first time a student was crowned homecoming queen. The student body nominates the classmates to the homecoming court, who they believe demonstrate strong character, leadership, and are positive roles models, the school said. Now, my question before I move on. So it took y'all to 2023 to realize that we exuded strong character, leadership, and positive role models. That's where I started to be like, all right, this is. So I kept reading, and it says, Porter Guard's head of school, and DeBose Eggerson said in a statement to ABC News, said, Wilson DiBriano is a wonderful example of a student who exemplifies the school mission. We celebrate Amber's election as she joins the many noteworthy homecoming queens we've had since our school became co-educational in 72. We are fortunate to have Amber as a member of our community, and we are pleased that Amber and her family have had such a positive and meaningful experience during their 12 years here on our campus. That sounds great. That all sounds good. All right. Now, this is where I question, how are our people still involved in this? It says, we started this club at Porter Guard High School because we felt that Black students needed a space to share their identity and share their culture with each other and learn more, Wilson DiBriano said. Wilson DiBriano said her parents were overjoyed when she won homecoming queen. She said her mother, who usually don't cry, was brought to tears. Okay, now, this is what, once again, listen to what is being said and listen to who they're talking about. He said, we're proud of Amber, Amber has always had this light, Monique said. It's just something special about her, and we all say it. We all see it. Wilson DiBriano's father, Chevallo Wilson DiBriano, told ABC News, here it is, this win characterizes what Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. hoped to accomplish with his work.
Wow.
Bruh, when I read that shot the whole article. Right. Now, question I want to ask you, Mr. JaVale, because, hey, down here in South Carolina, you could be watching. Did you hear what Martin Luther King had said later on about leading his own people into a burning house with integration? I guess you didn't get that far. All right, we're almost there. He says they chose her. People in her grade and her class chose her, not for the color of her skin, but for the content of her character. This is the type of realization that Dr. King was looking for. Wilson DiBriano said he has many aspirations, including writing children's books, modeling and acting, but painting is her passion. She plans to attend Savannah College of Art and Design in the fall of 2024. When asked what she would say to her younger self, Wilson DiBriano said she would tell her, your Blackness is your pride. There you have it.
Those are her
There you go.
parents.
Those are her parents. Thank you for that.
So
once again,
she gonna be throwed with it all.
but once again, I had all of those aspirations, all of that high school. It was great till I got in the workforce and got a job. And that's when I realized, oh, there's a difference because of the color of my skin. Once I got in the real world, I realized, even in football, oh, there's a difference.
Absolutely.
You want me to run around on this field, but if I don't look like him, why can't we be the quarterback? Oh, okay. So once again, it was a good feel-good article. It's still, as we are woke in the Most High's wonderful, marvelous light, it took them that long for one of us to exemplify great character and passion and leadership, and then the parents. This is what Dr. King wanted. I digress and I yield.
Because the whole town, obviously, all the black people are like them.
There you go. Thank you, sis.
So they shut up. They're do boys and do girls, and that's why till 2023. Because they wasn't fighting for nothing. They didn't care. They just been shutting up and looking like.
you know what I wrote down before you go, Sheer? I wrote down. I said, man. To expound and land back what you just said, Mr. I said, man, life must be good. For them, life is just great, man. Oh, it's just good. They just I know they was in the kitchen with ABC News, and I know they was crying, the reporters crying. I told you that's how they do, Art.
Right.
They crying and carrying on, and I know everybody was crying in the kitchen with them. And it's just our people, like I said, this is what I get out of this article. I was feeling good at first, and at the end, I was just
stuck on stupid. We still are stuck on stupid.
Stuck on stupid, man.
I have a problem every time I hear first black. In this 21st century, I have a problem with it because, like I told my wife, I said that's an indictment on this nation. When they say first black anything in the 21st century, that's an indictment on this nation. And I'm looking for somebody that's going to be that first black to reject that saying, don't give me that. I don't want that. I don't want that homecoming. Now, I do have several questions when it comes to her being homecoming queen at this particular school that you said was established in 1967. I'm wondering because they rezone schools all the time.
Right.
So I'm wondering if that school had been rezoned because it haven't. Oh,
it's a private school.
It's a private school.
So they pay big money to go to that.
So man, look, that would have been the perfect. So somebody, one of us at some point got to be just for real, everything that they say that we are and be like, look, keep that garbage. Keep that garbage. You know what I'm saying?
How have they been?
It took them 156 years, Delta. 156 years.
Treating them like they got to tell. I know they're not being treated like they're acting like they're treated. So why is they acting like that?
That's
right.
That was my question.
Go ahead.
So, backstory. I don't know if you guys paid attention to the picture I put up of her parents. It was an advertisement for their business, which is Charleston Burgers. There's a backstory to that. They had to fight to get on television. QVC, you know, the QVC, we can go on. They had to fight to have their product sold on QVC. I want to say it took them quite some time. Like they went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So here's where what I think happened. Just my personal opinion. Her parents obviously already had some money because in order to go to this school, tuition is $31,000 a year for the school. And in order for her to be homecoming queen, I feel like some palms had to be greased.
That's it.
Right now that her family was able to get their stuff online, how much better would it look for this school if there's a family whose child is black can now be homecoming queen? Because as it stands right now, their population is 82.3% white and only 4.7% African American. And then they listed 4% multiracial. Well, we know what multiracial is.
That's crazy.
I agree with you on that. There is nowhere in the world that all the white kids voted that. Ain't nowhere in the world. There was some palms greased up under the table for that to happen. And it benefited both parties, the school and the parents. And this is the thing, man, and I'm sure this is what you guys was alluding to. It pisses me off every time I hear white people bring up Martin Luther King dream and what he wanted. Look, man, they have held us hostage with that for years. They have held us hostage with that for years. You heard what the consul of Israel said when she said our biggest problem is the young generation of Black Americans. Well, she was having that meeting with them, what did she say? I got friends of Martin Luther King to back me to put propaganda out there. They use Martin Luther King as a tool against us. And look, I'm sorry, man. You know what? I'm gonna be quiet. I just got issues with it.
That's what.
I got issues with it. I'm just gonna be quiet, man.
He wasn't who black people thought he was.
Yeah, I got issues with it, man.
Right.
Yeah. So
when I read this,
dream.
Right.
It was a nightmare.
It was a nightmare. And that's when I read this and I got to that part, I was like, oh yeah, I most definitely got to bring this out.
Right.
I just can't.
So I really don't even care about a homecoming thing at this particular point. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
I told you it took that all the way. When I got to that part, I was like, oh man.
And they sitting up there looking like they on the movie Get Out on the ad. They sitting up there looking weird.
You see their eyes?
Yeah. Them and the daughter look weird. The whole family weird.
I wish I could find the picture where what this Amber chick really looked like. That's not her hair. That's a wig she has on. She looks very different than this picture right here. In fact, I had to do a couple of different pictures to try and figure out, is this really the same kid? She looks very different.
Last name Wilson DiBriano.
That name is. I'm so glad you brought that up.
It ain't Jones.
Name is that's the name that they made up, and they went and got changed. For all we know, black clones. We don't know. They was looking weird. Like they had the old 1994 haircut.
I ain't falling for the banana in the tailpipe.
Yes, indeed.
And he got the nerve to have a name Shaballo. Boy, you ain't for the hood. Shaballo.
I've never heard of that last name ever.
Like
black, Italian, and something mixed together.
Right.
Real quick, I found it.
Uh-oh.
Let me show. Let me share this real quick.
Look at that.
This her right here, y'all.
That ain't no Johnson.
That same girl. No.
Okay. Wow. This is the family right here.
Wow.
Look how weird they look. Which one is her?
Right here.
I know you lying to me.
Wow.
Sis.
Wow.
That's her. That is her.
Wow.
But look at the mom. That's the one look weird to me is the mama, the way she looking and smiling.
Man, don't she?
Look like
she looks like the maid who was the mom, the grandmother, and then the mom. Yes, that's exactly who she looked like. No.
You look like B Molati got more head than she got body.
Got body. So let's get on to that first music break. Sister Delta, it was a pleasure having you here with us tonight.
I can't wait to come back in December. I will see you.
It's always a great time. Always.
All praises.
Love y'all. Shalom, everybody.
Love y'all.
Shalom.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, lady. Thank you for coming. Let's get that first.
With my Akeem, Zamar Yasharel, and Jay Lunch. Hallelujah. Let's go.
We got the truth.
Torah and Mashiach.
We got the proof.
Documented history.
That good news. That good news. We got the truth.
Yep.
You make everything new. That good news. That good news. Here we go. Anybody need love? Yeah. We got it over here, but not the love. That kind of disappears when it's that love. That Abba wanted for us. We found it in His Torah. He showed us how to love. It's the truth, yeah. What would we be without Him? What would we do, yeah? I told our for the Ruach, giving us truth, yeah. We got the truth, yeah. We got the proof. We got the truth, got the good news. We got the truth. We got the truth. We got the truth. We got the proof. We got the proof. That good news. That good news. That good news. I hope you hear me say, we got the truth, we got the truth, we got the truth. You make everything new, everything new, everything. That good news, that good news. If you need joy, yeah, just turn around and make your way back home, yeah. Come and get your shalom, yeah. Let the weak say that I'm strong, I won't leave you alone. I bet at the end of the song it will be better, yeah. Yeah, sure is coming back together. Promise that we won't be down forever. I heard that you looking for truth, I heard that you want something new. I told you that we got the truth, we got the truth, we got the truth, we got the truth, we got the proof. And we got the proof. That good news. That good news. That good news. I hope you heard me. We got the truth. We got the truth. Oh, you make everything new. Everything new. That good news. That good news. That good news.
Talk to him, Jay Lutz.
Yeah.
Say it loud. We got the Torah. We got the Torah. Gon' spread that Vasora. Light it up like a menorah. This is darkness incarnalized, but this the way and that's bonafide. Waymaker personified. Follow him and you gotta die. My brother's lost and so am I. All these souls are on the line. It's our job to go and find. Telling them we got the proof. They hear it and think that we lose, and they forget that we got the truth.
We got the truth. We got the proof. We got the proof. That good news. We got the news. That's right, that good news. We got the truth. We got the truth. You make everything new. Everything new. That good news. That good news. That good news.
Man, my brother brought it on it. Where you at?
I'm here. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, man. Yeah, I can't wait till that brother come to the show.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get with him tomorrow, and yeah, man.
We got Jamel coming up quick.
Yeah, got Jamel coming up. We're trying to get Roway the chef. Just keep that in your back burner.
Right. Got Michael.
Boy, listen, the Most High is good, man. We got some heavy hitters coming up.
Exactly. All praises to the Most High. Yeah. Looking forward to a whole nother season, man, to keep this thing going as well. Absolutely. So what we got, but not.
So I don't have a whole lot of information on this. I'm gonna just let you guys go for it. But there were some oil reserves found off the coast of Gaza. And if you don't know what that means, I'm gonna let you guys give what that really means. I don't want to spend too much time chatting on it, so I'm gonna let y'all have it.
Yeah. Now we thought we was gonna be on the vacation home. I'll let you go, Sure. I just want to say this disclaimer real quick. We thought we was gonna be on the vacation home last week. We probably guarantee this gonna do it. This gonna do it. So I just want y'all to be aware. All right.
Be prepared.
Be prepared. Go ahead, bro.
And then this show, not that we looking forward to it, this is not something that we trying to put on ourselves, but this for real is one of those. I have not heard this at all on mainstream media. By the way, that reminds me, Ayob, I'm going to share a link with you with a site that I go to that I find stuff like this. I wouldn't have found this. I just went over there. I hadn't been over there in forever, and I went over there and I came across this. 2020, Israel found oil reserves off the coast of Gaza. Oil reserves off the coast of Gaza. Now, this whole show is going to be wrapped up tonight on the wickedness of Israel. We said this one time before, and I'm going to say this again. Don't get Zionists and Jews confused. Zionist is a political movement that is tied directly to the Rothschilds. The Rothschilds. That is Zionist. They are political power and they hide behind the name of Jews. So, and when I say this, and I'm not giving any cushion whatsoever to Jews, but there are Jews in this world who don't know what it is that we talking about right now. They came into this world under a Jewish name, under Jewish, and they just believe that they're Jews, but there are a group of people, that 1% of people, the Zionists, that hide behind Jews, and they are Jews, but they got a whole different agenda than anybody else. So we had October the 7th, ain't that what it was?
Yep.
October the 7th, when the supposed Hamas thing came about. Israel announced on Sunday, which was days after that October the 7th thing, they announced on Sunday that 12 licenses had been awarded to 6 companies, including British multinational oil and gas firm BP, which is actually Shell. If you're old enough to remember who Shell is from back in the day, BP is nothing more than Shell. An Italian energy giant Eni, to explore and discover additional offshore natural gas fields. Now, Hamas has came in and, as you guys say, has done the despicable, but yet you have enough time to go and sign 12 licenses to these companies to go and explore and discover additional offshore natural gas fields. Now, that's equivalent to, I always try to make stuff make sense to myself.
Right.
That's equivalent to somebody coming up in my house, kidnapping my kids, killing my dogs, and doing something crazy to my wife. And instead of me going after the person that did it, I stop by the bank and make sure that my accounts are correct.
Right.
Make sure my money is correct.
Right.
That's what that is equivalent to. You see what I'm saying? So it's beginning to all make sense now. Most wars, if not all wars, Ayob, are fought for 2 things: natural reserves and land. And in this case, we have both of them.
Right. Yep. I mean, it's, we was talking the other day, and I just, we were talking the other day how, it's inside job, and there's speculation about an inside job because the last show, the IDF, the Israel Defense Military, they got the greatest defense in the world, all the technology in the world. But apparently Hamas was able to sort of traditional paper and pencil somehow that way got in. But now it's starting to look like the Joel 3:2. And once again, I said last week, and I say it all the time, his ways are not our ways, his thoughts are not, we don't think like the Most High. We strive to have his ways, but we always think how this thing is going to end up. I always used to read Joel 3:2, and I'm like, right, Jehoshaphat. Even in the truth, I'm like, well, how is it going to happen?
Right.
And here we go. This is how. It said, I will bring all nations. I'm going to put Leviathan, the hooks in Leviathan. I'm going to draw you there. So how is he going to do it? Now you got, check this out. This article, it says something. It says, like you were saying, a staggering $524 billion in total gas reserve. But in Israel, by themselves, they don't have the sole legal entitlement.
Right.
So how are they giving out license then? You see what I'm saying? So it makes you think like there's got to be an agenda. Like you said, the other nations that are quiet, Britain, nothing. UK, nothing. America is the only one that's sticking its chest out. All the other nations are quiet. You know why they're quiet? Because they are investing. They got money that they're giving the BP. Let's read the 6. Eni SPA, BP PLC, which is Shell, Dana Petroleum Ltd, Energene PLC, and NewMed Energy LP. Those are just 5 of the companies that they are pumping money into. Who's pumping money? These nations. We was talking the other day about Sweden, which was a poor country, but they supposedly found some oil out there in the early 2000s, and Sweden is rich. How did that do that? The Rothschilds or Rockefeller say, hey, we're going to cut you a blank check if you just let us get to that oil. It's basically a credit card. You'll be able to build buildings, invest, and spend whatever you want. Just let us get to that oil. So here we go.
That's right.
Joel 3:2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage, Israel, or Yasharal, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. If you look at where that Gaza strip is, they say it's more oil out there in the ocean. So they saying for the next 3 years, we're going to dig and we're going to dig because we know for sure the oil is there.
That's right.
Who put it there? The Most High. It's his.
That's right.
So yeah, this is just like when you sent me this article, I was like, oh wow, this is how Joel 3 is possibly. This is how he's.
Yeah, I can see that because everybody is secretly going for it, man. Right. Everybody is they quiet on this. This is why. They are too quiet. Nobody is mentioned it. Now, I do want to make a note as well. I got bad information. This is why Banah Shalahai is with us. She corrected me. BP and Shell is not the same company. But the information that I got that they were, I went and Googled it myself, and it says that they're not. Okay, so what we don't want to do on Truth Be Told is put bad information out there. So I want to thank Banat for that. Okay, they are not, but they are 2 of the biggest. They are 2 of the biggest. They are in the top 5 of all companies. Okay, and so what Ayob is saying is factual. Every country that has an ability to be able to go after this oil, they're doing it. Everybody has and invest in it. Now, something that I did learn tonight, and we was talking about Zionists and the Jews, the state of Israel is a Rothschild state.
That's it.
That is a Rothschild state. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later on tonight as to how it came about when we get to the second the topic. But Israel's end game is to be Europe's natural gas supplier. This is so the way Israel is looking at this. We got that October the 7th attack, and Israel is saying, well, if 9/11 worked for for America. If 9/11 worked for America, then 10/7 will work for us as well. This is the latest venture to exploit one of the several gas fields discovered on the Mediterranean coast over a recent decade, aiming to solve Israel's energy dependency and crucial Europe supplies. So now they're not going to be dependent on anybody else for oil because they'll have it.
Right.
And not only do they have their own oil, they can also export oil, because when America, and I'm saying this, when America destroyed that pipeline that was over in Russia.
Yep, we talked about that on this.
Now Russia no longer can supply oil to Germany and France and all of that because the pipeline was destroyed. Well, who do you think now became the number 1 supplier to those nations? America. America did. So now what Israel is saying, well, look, and we done found this oil off the coast of Gaza. We got to get these people up out of here. Why? Because it rightfully belongs to who? The Palestinians.
Right.
That's who it rightfully belongs to. But we don't want to share it with them. So let's get them up out of there. Let's tear up their hospitals. And I'm going to tell you this here as well, Ayob, and I'm sure that you know this. Israel bombing hospitals in Gaza is not something new.
Right. They've been doing it.
They've been bombing hospitals over there for at least for 20 years.
This has been, for a long time.
for a long time.
But we wouldn't know that because the media.
We wouldn't know that because of the media.
They wouldn't even
Exactly.
talk about it. They won't report it.
They don't report that. So the false flags of Hamas attacks was a grand way for Israel to deny the citizens the right to use their own natural resources, including diverting Palestine water supply, cutting off access to the fisheries, grabbing agricultural lands, and destroying olive groves. The financial costs are massive. To date, the real opportunity costs of occupation exclusively in that area of oil and natural gas have accumulated to tens, if not hundreds and billions of dollars. And Israel is not trying to share that with nobody.
Nobody. They want it all for themselves out. They want it all
so
for
it
themselves.
Makes sense now.
So it makes sense. They want it all for themselves, but they want the help of all the other nations. Like quiet investors to have their back.
That's right.
And
that's exactly what they want.
1948. And we'll talk about that in the second topic, the Balfour Declaration. Because the article also says, it says the staggering 524 billion in 2019, but Israel does not have legal entitlement to 524 billion, according to a UN report published in the same year. Not only is some of the 524 billion sourced from within the occupied territory of Palestine, much of the rest sits outside of the national borders in the deep sea and thus should be shared with all relevant parties. So you see how they talk that jargon? So they pretty much just said, we know it's Palestine, like you just mentioned, Sheer. We know it's Palestine's. We know it's in that area. But somehow we get the occupied territory. We got to get there, control it, seize it, say it's ours, say it was ours from the get-go. So then all the investing and all the spending and all the digging can be justified. Wow.
Those classified documents, I don't know if you looked at it, that they Israel came up with on how to get the Palestinians out of that land and the bombing. Yeah, so this is not something new. I believe that they knew all along that something was out there. They just hadn't found it yet. And the reason I keep referencing 9/11, that's what 9/11 was all about. America needed to get over there to Iraq. What if the first thing they did was took control of them poppy seeds that was over there?
Right.
That was one of the first things that they did when they went over there. Right. Took control of them poppy seeds. And that's when you had the opioid so-called crisis over here in America shortly after that. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Because they saw a benefit of going over there. Not to mention that they wanted to start their own type of currency over there and do away with America. So everything goes back to what? Natural resources, land, and money. This is one thing also I wanna hear your opinion on before we move on. The U.S.-Israel Energy Corporation Agreement. Did you hear that?
Yes, I seen that. Ain't that something? The USA-Israel Energy Corporation Agreement, which stipulates that the United States-Israel Corporation Agreement and the resources are in the strategic interests of the United States with regional safety and security issues. See, once again, you see how they made it a safety, security.
That is crazy, ain't it?
Just say you're greedy.
That's all you gotta say. That's all you gotta say.
We don't form the union and cooperating as a corporation, as a company. Now you got two land masses. You got American Israel. Now y'all joining together for security. Right. Just say it. Come on, y'all.
Energy Corporation Agreement. You remember that the video that I sent you of that? Is it the mayor of New York that was saying if you boycott Israel, we're going to boycott you?
The governor. Mayor
makes sense
Cuomo.
now.
Yes,
that's who it was. That was Cuomo. Because of this U.S.-Israel Energy Corporation. This is a merger. So if they found natural gas off of Gaza, this is why America is being so passive aggressive with this thing. Right. We got to show a little aggressive. We got to say, Israel, you're doing too much. That's like me watching my kid whoop somebody and I'll be like, hey, boy, you ain't got to do it like that. You ain't got to be so, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not doing anything to intervene to stop it. You see what I'm saying? That's what America is doing. Why? Because America is invested as well in that oil that they found off the coast of Gaza. They are invested in it as well. 1996, the Secretary of Energy and the Israeli Minister of Energy and Infrastructure signed an agreement to establish a framework for collaboration between United States and Israel in energy research and development activities. So that means that those 12 companies that they signed to go look for oil, America also had those 12 companies going out there looking for oil. Why? Because when we find it, we are going to be rich. We already know their background. Look, they still owe us.
They still owe us money. They still owe us big time, not just
big
small
time
things, big time.
So it should be a surprise that they fist to rob from the Palestinian. Hell, they went over there and just took we gonna talk about that on the next topic. They just went over there and say, hey, we moving in. Imagine you living in your house and then all of a sudden the family just say, hey, we finna move in.
And actually do it.
And
not just move you out, but move you to the backyard.
You understand what I'm saying? And every time you go take a shower, the water cold.
Every time they have a party, you get the bones and scraps.
You get the bones and the scrap, but this your house, and you still paying for it. And they just enjoying it. And every time they decide that a rule need to be changed, they change the rule.
As soon as they say, "Oh, you're about to get this house back," that when that benchmark hits, they just say, "Oh, we're going to extend this another 2 years. We'll revisit it."
They move the goalposts.
They keep moving the goalposts.
Keep moving the goalposts. So what does that do? That keeps the ones that kicked out, that keeps them poor and undermined.
Right.
And it keeps them rich. Wow. I wonder what playbook they stole that from. How
Come
y'all
on, bro.
Palestinians like that? Oh, like we did. The ones that built this country over here.
That's right. That's right.
We was the foundation, and the Confederacy turned on us to further do it to the rest of the world. We was the catalyst of the experiment.
The playbook is already written. Right. All they doing is perfecting it. They not changing nothing. They just perfect it. They just perfect it. You know.
This stuff has been going on, y'all, playing for a long time.
I ain't heard nobody in mainstream media report oil that was found off the coast of Gaza.
Not one outlet. Nobody has said
nobody. And they did this in 2020. So like I say, it all makes sense. You got anything you want to add to that, but not?
No, not really. It's like you said, it's a old playbook. They just kind of going through and perfecting the plays, making sure that, they're going to come out on top of this thing. It's amazing to me though, how many people sit back and see what's happening, but don't see what's happening. It's like they put on their blinders and pretend this is all going to go away. We worried about entertainment. We worried about, what's the show? The new Bachelor and every other type of entertainment under the sun. But this is what's really happening. This is what's going on. Because even though this is not in our country right now or in this country right now, it still has a huge impact on what's going to happen to us in the future.
Man, yeah.
When I say us, I don't mean Americans. I mean us.
Yeah,
Hebrews.
Exactly. Wow. And I don't want it to be missed either what Ayo was saying with the Job 3. Because if there is anything, if you want to catch a rat, what do? You put cheese out there. Yes, and I love the way that brother, sum that thing up. Well, who put the natural resource there?
Who put it there? It's his.
Who put it there? The Most High put it there. They just happen to come to find it. So they done came to the trap, which we call the Valley of Jehoshaphat. And that's where he gonna judge those nations for everything that they done to us. Right. Joel 3 is probably one of my favorite chapters in all of the Bible because it let me know that evil is not going to win. And evil is not going to win.
Absolutely. And now it's unfolding right before our very eyes. The evil won't win. But it goes back to if you go to Genesis 26, and I had this in my notes, and I think that was the space that was missing. Somehow the printer took it out. I don't know why, but thankful for the Most High when you said that triggered. So if you go to Genesis 26 with Yitzhak, when there was a famine in the land, and the Most High told him to go to the land of Gerar, Gerar. Guess what that is? That's Gaza. That's Gaza, where they are right now. And Abimelech, the king of who? The Philistines, got jealous of Yitzhak because Yitzhak sold. Yes, Gerar is right around the Gaza Strip and right there in Beersheba. That's where Gerar is. In Genesis 26, y'all, Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, got upset with Yitzhak because he sold and he reaped. The Most High double blessed him in the same year. He didn't have to wait for the next season. So Abimelech kicked him out. And guess where he kicked him out? He sent them to the valley of Gerar. Guess what Yitzhak found in the valley of Gerar? He found the wells that was Abraham's wells and land, his daddy's land, that the Philistines had stole.
That's right.
Anyway, so how is it? So the Most High says, "What? I'm gonna bring it back full circle. I'm gonna bring this right back around because it's mine to begin with.
It's mine to begin with.
Mine to begin with."
And when we read the Apocrypha, this is one of the reasons they want to take that book out so much. When we read the Apocrypha, we see that the Most High built the earth, created the earth for Israel anyway. So they over there fighting for stuff that don't belong to them at all.
So they're gonna ask the Most High, "How are you gonna bring us down here and ruffle up our investment? It's ours." The Most High is like, "It's mine. What do you mean?
It's mine, and I can give it to whomever I want to."
Well, there you go.
And I can give it to whomever I want to. So yeah, man. So when I found out that oil was found off the coast, it all made sense to me as to, and it just didn't make no sense with the Hamas attacks all of a sudden, and so there you go, people. Let's keep our eyes and ears open for more information on that. And I can guarantee you when it's all said and done that Israel is going to destroy Gaza as much as it possibly can, because they trying to get them people up out of there. And them people leaving too. They are leaving. And what would you do?
They don't have the choice.
They don't have no choice. Exactly.
And you start attacking hospitals.
Right.
They got their foot on their neck.
Right. Right.
Sad, man.
Yeah, very sad. Well, let's go ahead and go to the next music break. Thank y'all for that. Let's get that next music break. Our TikTok talk, and let's get that last topic in.
Anywhere, Maya, Ikabonya, Yetsiai. Oh, Maya, he be there with me. Every day, goodness and mercy, what say on Yemi? Oh, Maya, he be there with me. And when I struggle, he will make way for me. Oh, Maya, he provide for me. Anywhere, Maya, Ikabonya, Yetsiai. Oh, Maya, he be there with me. Hey, no, 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 no. Oh, no, 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 no. Hey, no, 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 no. Well, I'm sure you wonder how this all happened. Never believed that this would happen. Let me start by saying I thank you for waking me up to the real truth. Oh, no, no, no. We shall dance. Hey, hand in hand we shall dance. We shall dance. Oh, I can feel it down in my soul. Something is changing. I feel it shifting in my soul. And it is shaking. There's an awakening. Yeah. Won't it be wonderful? Won't it be wonderful? Won't it be wonderful? me. Oh my God, who will be there with me? And when I struggle, I believe He will make way for me. Oh my God, who will people fight for me? Anywhere my is the bond, yes, she are ye. Oh my God, who will be there with me? Deuteronomy 28 chapter. You can clearly see who they was after. Revelation verse 12, chapter 22. Behold, I come quickly and I reward you. We shall dance. Oh, nah. Hand in hand we shall dance. Oh, one of these days we shall dance. Oh, Lord, I can feel it down in my door. Something is changing. Something is shifting out in my soul.
Man, that boy, God,
Yeah. That's some good stuff.
That's what you call a gift.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Let's keep it going. What we got? TikTok talk.
Let's do it.
What I really mean is, did you
history of ourselves, the history of our true religion, our nationality, our names? See, we don't have our names, you know. I notice how proud you all are, proud of your names. See, Chinese have names like Chang Chong, Lu Qian. This is Islamic teachings. Russians have names like Kosygin or Khrushchev. You have names like O'Connor or Grady or Kennedy. And Africans have names like Lumumba, Nkrumah. And Jews got names like Weinstein and Goldberg. And Italians got names like Dundee and Benvenuti and Marciano. But we have names like Grady and Clay and Hawkins and Smith and Jones and Johnson, but we are black.
These are the slave names.
Yeah,
This is
when
the
I heard this, I knew it was the truth. It's history. So Muhammad Ali is a beautiful black name of our ancestors. So when I heard this, I just had to walk out of the church and Christianity because they never taught us our true knowledge. Then they told me how we were brainwashed in America. We see Jesus, he's white with blonde hair and blue eyes. We see the Lord's Supper, all white people. We see the angels in heaven, all white people. Woman, Miss World, a white woman. Even Tarzan, the king of the jungles in Africa, he was white. He said, We see a white man swinging in Africa. With a diaper on. He beats up all Africans and break the lion's jaw. And then the Africans been in Africa for centuries. But he can't yet talk to the animals. But Tarzan, all of a sudden, some goat raised him up and he can talk to the animals. So I'm just showing you how the black man in America has been whitewashed his mind. And then we look at the good cowboys. They rode the white horses and the president lived in a White House. They got TV commercials, White House cigars, White Swan soap, King White soap, White Cloud tissue paper, White Rain hair rinse, White Tornado Flow Wax, White Plus toothpaste. The president lived in a White House, and the angel food cake was the white cake, but the devil food cake was the chocolate cake. Everything good was white. And when I heard this, I said, boy, this is the truth. So
I had to cut it short. He kept going. I could have just played the whole thing. It was a little long, but first thing is that nobody is allowed to even talk like that. That was on a talk show.
Yeah.
With a white man. And they was dialoguing. He was saying how he really felt about the situation. Second thing, I don't subscribe to Islam whatsoever, but what Islam did for our people back in the early 60s was great because it still gave our people a sense of identity to allow them to be able to separate from Christianity, one, and America as well, to make them feel proud about who they were other than just the color, saying that I'm black and I'm proud. It gave them a for real something to hold on to. And everything that brother said was on point. Everything that Muhammad Ali said was on point. All the way down. And it was an indictment on America. And this is why Muhammad Ali at that particular time, he was probably the most famous athlete in the world.
Yep.
And they could not take a chance of more Israelite athletes being that famous and being that rich, and yet being that vocal on issues like that. So they had to silence it. And the silence is what they have done now. Crickets.
Yep.
Crickets.
And to make them feel better, he was telling the truth, but they was laughing and clapping and, you know, making them feel better. And like you said, they had to silence him and others to make themselves feel better. Because they know it's all truth. So we got to laugh it off. It's like laughing it off. And Muhammad Ali was one of my heroes when I was younger because I just knew that it was truth. And he is somebody I would have loved to sit down and add a conversation with. I could probably talk to all night, like a big uncle. You just he come over and visit. He moved away. He come home and visit, and he just tell stories for 3, 4, 5 hours. And your mom and dad
gonna listen to all of them.
Listen to all the stories he tell. He was somebody like that. So yeah, man. Rest in power, Muhammad Ali. And you're right. We may not agree with the Islam religion, but they are brothers and sisters. And like you said, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, it held a sense of identity. So yeah, man. Great TikTok talk, man. I could have listened to that whole video, bro.
Yeah, I could have too. Yeah, I had to cut them off.
Yeah,
but it was. Yeah. But not you got anything on that?
Well, you know how I feel about Muhammad Ali and Malcolm X. They were so honest, so brutal, even for their time. They didn't mind making people uncomfortable. More specifically, they didn't mind making white people uncomfortable. And while you hear them laughing and joking in the background because they're taking what he's saying as a joke. This is why we can't teach, or why they don't want critical race theories taught in school, because it makes white people feel bad about their history. This is why I have an issue with them wanting to take down statues and wanting to change names of schools. That's y'all's history. That's what y'all built. That's what y'all created. If y'all gonna be proud, be proud. And what Ali was saying is, we don't have that kind of heritage. We don't have that thing. I work at a company where I work with a lot of Hispanic people from different Hispanic cultures, from Venezuela, Mexico, Puerto Rico, you name it, El Salvador, and they all fly their flags. They all have their flags. They all like to, represent the culture that they came from. You say Mexican food and people get offended because it's not Mexican food. It's El Salvadorian food, or it's Honduran food. They have their different things. And what makes me sad is my culture. What do we actually have that we can stand on, that we can say, this is ours, this belongs to us? Other than the things that we pull from. And I know we're Hebrew and we have those things that we're still learning that, though. Yep. This is history that they have. They've been able to pull from this. They've been able to use this. They've been able to pass this down to their children. We struggle with that, because even when you try and share the little bit of knowledge that we know that we're coming into, and we try and share it with our family and our loved ones, half the time they reject it. They don't want to hear it. They think you crazy. They think you a conspiracy theorist, that you're grasping at straws. So while I love listening to him, it still holds a bit of sadness for me, because I know we don't have the same thing that we can pull from. Exactly what he was talking about. What is if you throw in government names out there, where did Johnson come from? Heritage is Johnson. That's not ours. Whose heritage is Smith or Williams? That's not ours. That doesn't belong to us. So yeah, he's one of my favorites too.
Absolutely, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So true. Wow.
Yep. Yeah. So that was the TikTok talk, and those are things that we don't even think about, and we be proud of what we have been given, and we don't even think about what's rightfully ours. When you look at the story of Jacob and Esau, our birthright, we didn't actually just give it away. Our birthright was taken from us, but yet we still don't even care. We don't care. You know what I'm saying? We don't even care. So yeah, so that's the TikTok talk. Let's go ahead and get that last music break in, and we'll wrap up with our last topic.
Yep.
And let's get it.
I seen better days between us, baby. I seen better days between us, baby. Ooh, do you remember what I said? I needed your love. Can you get this through your head? All I need is us. All I need is you. Do you remember what I said? I needed your love. Can you get this through your head? All I need is us.
As we head towards Jacob's trouble, I hold you down on several levels. Lay my life down like cold stepping over puddles. Bible way more than hope, it solves life's troubles. Remember what I say, all is getting wasted away. Need you, remember what I say. His grace is gonna save the day. So I pray every day for a lifeline. When I say hold me down, I mean a lifetime. Just a king from Judah of the lost tribes. Best for you to follow me as I follow God. Talking about feast days, keeping Sabbath plus meat trays. Thank God, no Miss Fabulous plus ZZs. Romans 11 come together like an olive tree. And we can think about the kingdom as Tazan saying.
Do you remember what I said? I needed your love. Can you get this through your head? All I need is us. Remember what I said? I needed your love. You're all I need. Can you get this through your head? All I need is us.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that flow. That's that whole.
Yeah, it is. It put me in the mind of Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marvin Gaye type vibe right there. Yeah. Give me that 1960 vibe. I see a 1967 Fleetwood with with a diamond in the back, the sunroof top.
What? That Fleetwood lean down in the back. That's
exactly
like it's long. You have to almost.
That's
like
how you turn it. That's exactly how you turn it. You watch that Cadillac emblem just go like that there with a turn. Just come right on back.
My grandpa had one. My dad's dad had a burgundy. Then he had a burgundy Merlot Broham.
Okay.
Fleetwood. Yeah, man. I was little.
See, people don't understand. That's how you pronounce that. It's not Brom, it's Broham. That's how you pronounce that. That's Broham. Exactly.
In the Great White Height, he kept talking about he's like, man, I just want to get a Merlot Broham.
You understand? You understand? I had a gold one, 1985. No, 86 Broham.
Broham, boy.
called the champagne. That was my baby.
Champagne.
That was my champagne. She had flakes in it and everything. But yeah, let's stay off memory lane and let's get to the show.
Yeah.
All right. What we got next?
Got that Balfour Declaration, huh?
The Balfour Declaration, yeah.
So I wanted to read this in Isaiah, because we talk about the Balfour Declaration, what's going on now, and what is a decree? What is a declaration? The definition is a formal or explicit statement or announcement. But it also, listen to this, a listing of goods, property, income, etc., subject to duty or tax. See what I'm saying? So a lot more in a declaration when you get down and break down the definition. But real quick, let's go to Isaiah 10. This is one of my family know this is one of my favorite chapters when they talk about this. Isaiah 10, 1-4, right? Isaiah 10, 1-4. Let's see what happens when you make an unrighteous declaration. Yep, look at my wife said his favorite. So it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. Come on. Now here's the verse that they skip over. He asked, and what will ye do in the day of visitation, and in the desolation which shall come from far? To whom ye flee? To whom will ye flee for help? And where will you leave your glory? Without me, they shall bow down under the prisoners, and they shall fall under the slain. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. This thing, you can't play with it. They done made a declaration, that made a fake state, and then kept the poor, and got the true children of Israel a secret.
Hostage,
kidnapped. So the Most High says, Isaiah, ask them, what are you going to do in that day of visitation? What are you going to do? Where are you going to flee? Who are you going to call for help? As Isaiah told the prophets of Baal, when he rained down, when the Malachim and the Most High let the fire fall from heaven. Elijah said, maybe your guys are asleep. Maybe they're on vacation. Maybe they have something to do today.
But we always be comedians.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's natural in our blood to be a comedian. And we have to make light of it because
it be so serious.
It's so serious.
It's so serious.
Read that again. It says, and what will you do in the day of woe to them who make unrighteous decrees? That Balfour Declaration, boy, that's an unrighteous decree. That is, them chickens come home to roost out.
Man.
Them chickens come home to roost out.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. That Balfour Declaration is their spirit. That's who they are. That's who they always have been. And the only thing that they know is to rob, steal, and kill. Everything that they have. Just read the book of Jasher. When you look at the sons of Esau, that's what they did then. Like I say, they're not changing the playbook. They're just perfecting it. You look at basketball 50 years ago, it's the same sport. They dribble the ball on the hardwood court, and they tried to get it inside of the basket. But the way they played the game then is different from how they play it now, in the sense of it has evolved, but it's the same sport. Right. Meaning that what they have always done is the same thing, it's just evolved. Go read the book of Maccabees. Look at Alexander the Greek. Alexander the Greek gave them their blueprint on how to oppress the oppressed and keep them oppressed. And they're using the same blueprint right now. The way I look at it is that you get to a point of no return. Because see, what you just read, you best believe your last dollar that they know that this is in this book. Right. They know what their judgment is going to be. Yeah. They know what the end of they going to have. They know. But it done got to a point where they done too much. I remember this time I did something, man, that I'm so very ashamed of today, right? But I remember when I did it, I remember my thinking that very night, I said, well, I'm already in trouble.
Right.
I might as well just go on and live this thing on now.
Right.
And I suffer the consequences later. That's where Esau was at right now.
Yep.
See, they done hid us. They done made Israel name to be forgotten. And they already know that, hey, it ain't nothing that we could do to right our wrong. So we gonna live this thing out all the way till the wheels fall off. So what do? They give you a Balfour Declaration. They took this land over there. They took it. That's the Balfour Declaration right there. It's only 67 words, but not if you don't mind, can you read it before we just get into it? And we're not going to spend a whole lot of time on this here, but go ahead and read some of that.
Dear Lord Rothschild, I have much pleasure in conveying to you on behalf of His Majesty's government the following declaration of sympathy with Jewish Zionist aspirations, which has been submitted to and approved by the cabinet. His Majesty's government view with favor the establishment in Palestine of a national home for the Jewish people and will use their best endeavors to facilitate the achievement of this object. It is being clearly understood that nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine or the rights and political status enjoyed by Jews in any other country. I should be grateful if you would bring the declaration of the knowledge of the Zionist Federation.
Good gracious.
Right.
Wow.
So in other words, he was saying, look, we want somewhere to go.
Right.
This is where we want to go. So make this thing happen.
Get it for us. Make it happen.
Get it for us.
Get it for
Make
us.
it happen.
You got the power to do it. Do it.
And you got the power to do it. You got the power to do it. Before I start digging into some of these notes that I got, go ahead. Because I know you got some stuff that you want to say as well, man. Go ahead before I dig into some, because my notes are a little bit of some history leading up to it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So if y'all notice, Israel didn't become a state or created until 1948. That was wrote in 1917, right? So once again, they had been planning this stuff, but they was like, wait until the right time, right? So some of the main points, it said the Balfour Declaration was a public statement issued by the British government in 1917 during the First World War, announcing support for the establishment of a national home of Jewish people in Palestine, then an Ottoman region with a small minority Jewish population. Now check this out. What were the two conditions of the Balfour Declaration? It says the declaration specifically stipulated that nothing shall be done which may prejudice. Listen how they wrote this. Nothing shall be done which may prejudice the civil and religious rights of existing non-Jewish communities in Palestine. The document, however, said nothing of the political or national rights of these communities and did not refer to them by name.
Right.
See? So once again, they formed this thing and kind of manipulate. Like I said, they're pretty much saying when it's time to move the goalposts, we're going to shape the goalposts. We're going to paint them and we're going to move them. And we're going to even let you know when we're going to move them. And there ain't going to be nothing you can do about it.
Right.
There'll be nothing you can do about it.
Right.
Right. Why was two last things? It said, why was Israel created in 1948? It talks about the Holocaust, which engulfed millions of Jews in Europe, proved anew the urgency of the reestablishment of the Jewish state. That's established because we were the ones it was already established under. But they tried to make, and now they're going to reestablish like some kind of new covenant that they are now the chosen.
Right.
Like I said, you gotta listen to how they talk, which would solve the problem of Jewish homelessness by opening the gates to all Jews and lifting the Jewish people to equality in the family of nations. Then it says, why does U.S. support Israel? Bilateral relations have evolved from an initial American policy of sympathy and support for the creation of a Jewish homeland in 1948 to a partnership that links a small but powerful Israeli state with an American superpower attempting to balance influence against other competing interests in the region. Nicely put. It's so eloquently said. But all they were saying is we're going to create something and America's going to back us because guess what America holds? America holds a huge secret, the secret.
Right.
Africa holds the jewels.
Right.
The jewels kidnapped. We can be the imposter.
That's right.
So those are the main points. I just wanted to bring that out before Sheer goes into his history. And think about as I read that and as Sheer goes into it, think about that Isaiah 10, man. What are they going to do in the day of visitation? Woe unto them that make what? Unrighteous decrees. Go ahead, Doc. I yield. I get off.
You good, man. And what we've been saying for the last 2 weeks is that Israel is America's shotgun, and they have plenty of shells with that shotgun. Israel, we got to understand the Zionists. When you hear this word Zionist, I'm gonna keep drilling this because you got to understand it's a political movement, just like Democrats, Republican, Zionists, communism. What's the other one? Fascist. All of these things, all of these things are political movements, and it is shaped and it is spearheaded by the Rothschild. Now, you got to understand that there was a lot of strategic movements that was made to get to 1948. 1948 didn't just pop up and here is Israel. We are here now. There was things that took place. We got to understand that the Rothschild and the Rothschild is that same family. And at any time in the things that I'm saying, Banath and Ayob, if anything jogs something that y'all want to speak on with this, please come in and just talk about this here, because this is some stuff here that I done pulled up. And it's kind of out of order, but y'all gonna get the gist of it. But this is the same Rothschild family that funded both sides of World War I.
Both sides.
They funded both sides. And what they wanted was a free Zionist free state. They weren't really concerned about Jews. Understand, Jews is Germans, Jews are French, Jews are Russians, Jews are Polish. You see, there is
Aryan. They make it, like I said, they make the pot started small, but then it just kept getting.
It just kept going. It's Talmudist is what it is. Exactly. And I brought this out last week. Ayo brought this out. I think it was we just talking amongst ourselves when you was talking about this, because they could have went Islam, they could have went Christian, but they decided that they was going to go Muslim. Judaism, and they went and took the Talmud and they merged it. And when you read the Gospels, this is how old this thing is. Who do you think Hamashiach was arguing with? He was arguing with Talmudists.
Talmudists. That's what he was talking to. Talmud. They knew that. King Bulan in 700 AD knew that. He had
arguing with Talmudists.
He had the Christians on one side, the Muslims on one side. Both were offering security, money, land, protection from both sides. King Bulan was like, you know what? We're going to go be Judaism. And went and got the Talmudic Jews. And that's who Mashiach was talking to.
That's who he was talking to. Your Sadducees and your Pharisees and your Essens were all Talmudists. Okay, so World War I, Germany winning the war. They was for real winning the war. Germany was winning, but they decided to offer a peace treaty to Britain, and they wasn't going to even require reparations. Hey, let's just put the guns down. Right. That was not going to work in the favor of the Rothschild because they wanted a free state. And if that happened, we're not going to get our free state. So the Rothschilds, what they did was they sent an agent by the name of Louis Brandeis, which was a Zionist delegate from America to Britain. Mm-hmm. Germany done offered them to cease fire, right? And Britain was thinking about it. So they sent Brandeis to Britain to promise to bring America into the war and help Britain fight the war, providing, this is the stipulation, because there's nothing free, right? Providing the British agreed to give the land of Palestine to the Rothschilds. Come on, man. The Rothschilds wanted Palestine. There's a reason why they wanted it. They wanted Palestine to protect the great business interests that they had in the East. They also desired their own state in that area, along with their own military, which they can use as an aggressor to any state that threatened their interests. Do they not have a military over there?
Good question.
Do they not have a backing over there? Do they not have their own interest? So a lot of people look at that blue star and a lot of people call that blue star the Star of David. No, that's really a Rothschild star.
Yep.
Go check the history. That's not a Star of David. That's a Rothschild star because Israel is Rothschild's free nation.
Right.
1903, this was in August. This was the 6th of August. Zionists. You see, they not saying Jewish here. They saying Zionists.
Right.
Zionist Congress in Basel, Switzerland. A discussion takes place regarding an offer from Britain to provide Uganda as a base for the future Jewish Zionist state. Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Uganda. But the Jews present complain they didn't want Uganda.
Right.
They want Palestine. Then suddenly Max Nordau makes the following shocking statement. This is what he say regarding how the Jews would get Palestine through a stepping stone process, which will play out to the letter more than 15 years later. This is what he said. Let me tell you the following words. If I was showing you the rungs of a ladder leading upward and upward, Herzl, the Zionist Congress, the English Uganda proposition, the future world war. Did you hear that? The future world war, the peace conference were with the help of England, a free Jewish Palestine will be created. This was back in 1903. World War II was decided at that time to be used as a tool for the world to gain sympathy for Jews to create a free Jewish Palestine. Change comes from war. So we have two going on right now. We got Russia and Ukraine. We got Israel bombing Gaza. So the question that I'm asking you and Banat is, what should we expect? We've been in World War III for the longest, but now it's time for the physical World War III to come now. All of these here led to the Balfour Declaration. They needed that war. They needed that war to propaganda that the Jews were suffering. Ain't nobody still to this date proven that 6 million Jews died.
They right.
Vacation home.
Ain't nobody proved, but they getting reparations.
Yep.
You couldn't have cremated that many Jews during that particular time. There is no way.
No way.
Day and night, there's no way.
So once again, going back to the scripture, that would make the Balfour Declaration what? Unrighteous.
And they never turned it in for it to even be ratified.
So they just executed it. Like I said, crafty counsel. There you go, Yame. Crafty counsel. Come on. Man, that's a great history arc. And you brought that out very, very eloquent because it like you said, it was a stepping stone. It just didn't happen overnight.
Right. So you see through war change happen. So you see right now what they're doing again is they reshape land, they change names because you was bringing out, Palestine, Philistines, Gaza. They changed. They do that so that there's a saying, out of sight, out of mind.
Right. Because if they keep it Gerar or Gerar, you'll be like, where have I read that from? You'll be like, that was Genesis 26.
There you go.
Abimelech was the king of who? The Philistine, Palestine. Then you'll be like, oh, now it makes sense.
That's why they run away from that word Ashkenazi, because it could be found in Genesis in the lineage of Esau.
Right. That's it. Going back to King Bulan and the Khazars.
You see?
Ashkenazi. That's it.
Same thing with Russia and Magad.
That's it. They changed the names.
They changed the names.
Middle East, because you don't think Matthew 2:13.
Right.
His wife and the baby fled to Egypt, which is in Africa.
Which is in Africa.
You think light skin or white folk, but if you think
right,
Africa, you're like, wait a minute, how some white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired people hide?
Man, bro, when I came into this knowledge and I got out of my mind Jesus being blue-eyed and blonde, I said, man, how foolish would he have looked in Egypt?
Bro, that Matthew 2:13 rocked me. I mean, when I took Middle East out of my mind, I was like, Egypt is in Africa, bro.
Africa. Bro, and that Suez Canal is handmade. It was man-made, should I say, which means that it wasn't there, which gave them the ability to walk from here to there.
It was a 7-hour trip.
That was slaves.
Right. Exactly. So
so
that Balfour Declaration, man. So with all of that being said, you got to understand why the people in Palestine is as angry as they are. They have a right to be, man. I think Ayo remember the name of the Egyptian president that said back in the 70s, we don't know who these people is that's over here. They left black, but they came back white.
Gamal Abdel Nasser, he was asked the question, will Israel ever have peace? He said, no, they can never have peace. They were like, why? Because they left black and came back white. And they gave him the business after that. Go look up the 7-Day War, the Egypt 7-Day or 12-Day War, one of those. In 1952, they gave him the business after that. They bombed Egypt like it was nothing else after he said that. Gamal Abdel Nasser.
And they're going to keep messing with them people over there in Palestine. I'm going to keep saying this. Because, see, y'all don't want to believe, and I'm not talking to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast family, because we know I'm talking to like our family members and friends that we've been trying to tell for the longest that don't want to y'all don't want to listen to us. So we're going to let the Palestinian folks over there tell you, because they're going to keep poking that bear over there, and they're going to say, hey, you're going to go to your corner store one day, and he's just going to start talking to you. They've been quiet all this time. They just going to start talking, hey, you know what? You the seed of Jacob. Yep. You just need to know that. They're going to start telling us.
They're going to start telling it. They're going to start telling it.
They're going to start telling it.
A small handful is already doing it, but it's going to be on a mass scale.
They're gonna start telling it. So yeah, that's the nice show. We ran over a little bit tonight.
A lot of information. And real quick, it was the 6-Day War.
6-Day War. Okay.
Thank you. 6-Day War.
June 5th to June 10th of 1967.
They gave him the business, y'all. Go look that up. 6-Day War.
They left her black, but came back white.
After he said that, it was on.
Right.
It goes on, man.
So much more information, man. I had to pick and choose what I wanted to bring out when it came to this and how they stole that land over there. And the things that they're doing. And the second story actually tied into the first story as well.
Yes.
Because when they went over there, they had no, it was like when we was talking about somebody just moving in your house, using up all of your resources. They using all of your laundry detergent, eating up all of your food, using up your electricity and making you pay for it. And then they find $1 million in the attic and they say it's theirs.
Yeah.
And they kick you out and keep you from having anything that they done found. That's what we see in real life, while the media telling you to support Israel. So they telling you to support a den of thieves. That's who they asking you to support. You heard it here on the Truth Be Told Flex podcast. We love y'all. You got anything, any closing remarks, Zach?
Love y'all. Keep the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments. Stay with Mashiach. Keep the Ruach HaKodesh in your life. Love y'all, man. The greatest family, greatest show in the world.
Hey, you heard it here. Share this show. That's the payment. Hit the likes. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. And we'll see you guys next week. Ayob got a great lineup coming up as well.
Man. Yes. Stay tuned. If we be on this channel, y'all, just stay tuned, y'all.
I know, right? Oh, support the Truth Be Told Flex podcast extra as well. I have been dropping a few of those. And Chosen Talk has came back. Chosen Conversation has came back with a new season as well. I've noticed that. I've been checking them out, so check that out as well. So I ain't got nothing else.
Good night and twice out.
Twice out.
Twice out.